Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your patience as we work through the challenge of our initial technical difficulty. If you had to rejoin, I apologize for that. Had a bit of a glitch and we weren't actually having the correct settings on the video. So thank you again. As always, remember, this is your practice here, active flow and breath work this morning. So you are in the privacy of your own space by design. And so you are hopefully going to listen to the wisdom of your own body, act in accordance with that wisdom, follow that wisdom, honor that wisdom. I'm going to offer, suggest, and invite some things from over here. But you are going to do your practice. So as always, whenever we do the practice, you're going to modify any posture at any time, take any alternate posture at any time, come out of any posture at any time. As we do the breath practices, you're going to find your rhythm, your pace, your breath in your practice. So your breath will be different than mine. That's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Everyone's breath pace is different. Find your own rhythm. And remember that you're here for your own benefit. And the only requirement of you is that you be present and that you breathe. Everything else is an option. And so please act accordingly and honor yourself. Enjoy yourself. So today's practice, we're going to do a little activating breath to get started here. And then we'll do some stretching to get open a little bit. And then we'll do some movement. And all that'll take about 45 minutes. And so we'll end up in guided rest. And we'll start, as always, with support preceding action. Our primary or first guiding principle is support precedes action. And so we start by finding a supported posture, whatever that means for you. So it may look different for you than for me. Maybe you're in a chair with your feet on the floor, underneath the knees, hip distance apart. Maybe you want to lie on your back with your feet up the wall. Maybe you want to sit on a cushion or a bolster. However it is you need to be, find yourself in a supported posture. And the only requirements of the posture are that you be able to lengthen your spine and that you be able to breathe. So coming into this place, coming into this space, coming into the present moment by coming into the body, come into your supported posture and find your breath. And begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following the inhale all the way in. Front, back, sides, full 360 breath without stress, strain, or exertion, and then follow the exhale all the way out. Breathing in and out through the nasal passages, feeling the sensation of the breath in the nasal passages, the subtle shift in the body as the lungs inflate and deflate. Bringing yourself present, coming into this moment. And having established support and brought ourselves into the present moment by coming into the breath, I'll invite you, as you are willing and able, on your next inhale, to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. Perhaps your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your left. Maybe the hands in prayer, thumb knuckles resting lightly on the breast. And then feel the connection between the hands and the heart. The heat generated by that connection, the alignment of the rhythm of the heartbeat felt underneath the hands. And then begin to, if you can, align the harmony of the rhythm of the heartbeat with the rhythm of the breath. Having established support, I invite us now to allow in our heart space to arise any one thing for which we are grateful. A sense of gratitude, perhaps just the possibility of gratitude. Allow gratitude to arise in the heart space. And whatever it is you're grateful for, see it clearly in your mind's eye and then anchor that right there at the heart space. And then having established support and allow gratitude to arise, I'll invite you, if you choose to this morning, to set an intention for your practice, perhaps just a simple intention to keep your gratitude centered, or a simple intention to just be in your breath. But whatever your intention is, say it to yourself, hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. That's great. And then having established support, allow gratitude to rise and set an intention. I'll invite us to take a full inhalation. And as you exhale, if you choose, allow your chin to bow toward your grateful, intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. As I say Namo, Namaste. On the inhale, allowing the chin to rise, the arms to drop, hands to the knees. We're going to begin with an activating breath and a movement. So it's a seated cow-cat movement. So on the inhale, the pelvic bowl tilts forward, the chest expands, the heart opens, maybe the crown lifts. The alignment of the jaw and the jaw and the chest stays the same. So we're not bobbing the head. We're just arching the spine and opening the chest. That's the inhale. On the exhale, we round the spine and release. Now you have options. We're going to breathe in through the nose in 2 strokes or 2 breaths. So split the inhale in half. And then exhale out the mouth in 2 strokes, splitting the exhale in half. Pursing the lips. And now the arms, you have options. You can keep the hands on the knees and just work with the body. Or you can slide the palms up the thighs on the inhale and down the thighs on the exhale. Or you can inhale the arms up, shoulder height, elbows, palms forward, opening. And then on the exhale, as you round, you bring the elbows to the sides and the fists toward each other in front of the belly. Your option, your choice, your practice, your rhythm, your pace. In all breath practices, the body, except for the part that's moving, is very still. There's no stress, strain, or exertion, no overdoing. We're just breathing in and breathing out. And the focus is on the breath in the nostrils and in the mouth. And the inhale through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth. Our awareness is on that breath. Our focus at the eye focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrow. So settle yourself into your supported posture, define how you want to do your hand movements, and then just begin this simple breath. We're going to be here for a bit. Just beginning this simple breath, inhaling through the nostrils in 2, as you bring the chest forward, exhaling through the mouth in 2 parts, as you round the spine. And then your choice of hand movement or not. So we're moving the spine and opening the chest on the inhale and on the exhale. Aligning movement to breath. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Full inhales, full exhales, without stress, strain, or overdoing. We're waking up the body here, engaging the alignment of the body and the mind through the breath and feeling into opening up. See if you can feel into the breath coming into the vertebra of the spine. And again, it's your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. So you may be breathing in quicker and moving quicker, or you may be breathing in slower and moving slower. The inhale and the exhale are equal in their length and volume and intensity. And we're just being here just a little bit longer here, just feeling into this awakening movement in this. About 20 more seconds here, a few more rounds. Your next exhale, release everything. Bring the hands to the knees on the inhale. Straighten the spine, lengthen through the crown, tuck the chin slightly. Inhale fully. And then gently retain this breath. Stay lifted, lift through the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl, the heart. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin. When you're ready and feel you need to, go ahead and exhale. Release the holding, release the shaping. Just be very still. Just feel into what's now going to settle. Perhaps you felt some energy being raised. Perhaps you felt some shifting in your awareness as you moved the spine and you felt the breath on that activating breath. Now we integrate that by sitting and allowing everything to settle and just being aware of what's occurring in our experience here. Feeling into this shift, perhaps, in awareness and mind state from when we started just a few minutes ago. We use these tools like the breath, like gratitude, like our mindful movement, like our guided rest and meditation in order to change and regulate our mind states. Feel into what's shifted for you. Notice how the activating breath can change the state of mind. And then notice how integrating that activating breath through stillness can shift. As the body becomes still, perhaps the mind has an opportunity to become still also. On your next inhalation, I invite you to take a full inhalation and a complete exhale. I'm going to begin for our movement practice. So moving to the mat, coming over to the mat to begin our movement practice, our conscious mindful movement, we call this. We're going to begin on our backs today. So bring yourself all the way down onto your back, on your mat. Bring the heels and toes together. Press the toes away from the face. And then allow the toes to flex towards the face as you press the heels away from the face. And then let the toes come to neutral. Bring the hands over the head. Interlock the thumbs, either direction, doesn't matter. Inhale and lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, release that. Switch the interlock of the thumb. Inhale, lengthen again through the fingertips. Feel the length of the spine on the mat, and then relax and release the interlock of the thumbs. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms down. bring the heels toward the hips and the knees toward the sky. Now the feet are hip distance apart, heels are near the hips, palms are pressing down. We're just going to begin to rotate the legs. So take the hands out 30 to 60 degrees so that your knees have some room to move. And then exhale, let the knees fall over either direction. And then as you inhale, bring the knees back toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, let the knees fall to the other side. And then just continue that movement, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, a gentle rotation of the hips. So don't try to overdo it here. We're not trying to do anything. We're allowing the knees to fall, letting gravity and the weight of the legs help open the hips. Feet stay planted, and you roll from side to side on the feet, letting knees fall from side to side. Trying to keep that shoulder down, so the opposite shoulder may try to come up. If you over rotate, you're trying to we're trying not to do that. We're trying to just let the knees move in the hip girdle. A couple more here. Just opening up the hips a little bit. And then inhale back to center. And let's move the hips in the opposite direction now. Bring the knees in toward the chest on the exhale. Reach up below the knees and just squeeze in a little bit. Find a little bit of room there. And then release the hands down alongside the hips, palms down for support. Press into the forearms. As you inhale, take the knees away from the face and let the knees just float. And let the feet just float till the toes are just above the mat on the inhale. On the exhale, bring the knees back in toward the chest. And then just find your rhythm with that movement. Gentle movement with breath. So the breath starts, the movement starts, the breath stops, the movement stops. Inhaling, knees away. Exhaling, knees in. And just feeling in what it's like to align breath and movement in this very simple apanasana. And we're lightly engaged here in the abdomen and the core. The hips, flexors are engaged, and we're beginning to move. A couple more here. Inhale away. Exhale in. Reach up, grab just below the knees. Squeeze a little bit. And now we're going to rotate the hips. So keep the knees, heels, toes together. Bring the arms down 30 or alongside the hips. Find the arm position that provides you with the most support here. We're going to rotate the hips. So maybe you want to take your arms out a little bit, 30 to 60 degrees for a little additional support. And then just begin to rotate the hips, either direction, doesn't matter. We're going to go both ways. And then keep the knees together, the toes, feet together. But just rotate the hips in the hip girdle. And then just feel that bit of opening in the hip. So now we let the knees sway side to side. We move the knees in and out. Now we're rotating. Whichever way you have gone, stop in the middle and then begin in the opposite direction. Just rotating the hips. Opening up. Couple more in this direction. And then come back to center. Bring the hands alongside the hips for support and then straighten the legs. If you like, reach up behind the hamstring, the knee, the calf. Maybe you can do yogi toe lock. Maybe you have a strap that you want to use your strap, or even your shirt can be a strap here. And just straighten through the legs. So, and imagine you're extending your heels and pressing your heels onto the ceiling. Then bring the arms out for support. Find your supported arm position here. Press and lengthen. And then I invite you to bring your hands down alongside your hips. For additional support, bring the thumbs underneath the sits bones. For even additional support, bring the entire back of the palm underneath the SI joint. That's at the top of the buttock. So find the support that's best for you.
And we're going to do some pulses here. So we're going to basically do some lifting here. So on the inhale, you're going to press the heels toward the ceiling, rock the hips up, exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up, exhale, lower down. And then just continue your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Little dynamic movement here. We're just going to do a couple of these. Just activating in the lower back and in the abdomen, bringing some heat into the body. You might feel that heat. One more here. Inhale, exhale. Bring the knees into the chest, reach up and squeeze, release, relax. Let the feet come to the mat and then walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Let the knees fall together. Notice how that relaxes the abdomen. It's called active rest. Just allow yourself to rest here. Maybe put your hand on your abdomen and feel how that abdomen has released here. Let's take a breath and allow everything to settle. Now we're going to move into our dynamic bridges. So walk the feet back into the hip distance apart. Keep the knees moving towards each other and away from the face in parallel with the hips. So the tendency here will be for the knees to fall open. So we want to rotate the thighs inward so that the knees are moving toward each other. Palms down alongside your hips. Feel into the feet. Press into the feet to begin to tilt the pelvic bowl. And then begin to lift the buttocks. And then continue to roll up, finding your height, your rhythm. Rolling up into the middle back, perhaps, maybe even to the upper back. No weight in the head or neck. You might get the weight up into the upper back or shoulders. Belly button lifts to the ceiling. Core is engaged, the lower back is engaged. And we're going to pulse this here. So inhale, lift the belly button higher. Exhale, roll down till the hips are just hovering. And then inhale, lift back up. And your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Dynamic bridge. Again, aligning movement with breath, finding that little movement with breath. Movement starts when the breath starts, movement stops when the breath stops. And again, keeping the thighs rotated inward so the knees are moving away from the face in parallel. And we're just here. A couple more here. Activating the lower back and core. Inhale, lift. And then maybe you shine a little brighter, maybe press a little higher, maybe bring your hands together underneath your back, pinkies down, rotating the shoulders inward to get a little more lift, pressing into the feet. Stretching the knees away from the face, breathing into this practice. Breathe. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down. Bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze. Maybe rock a little side to side. Maybe take a quick rotation, relaxing any tension. And then release the legs long and begin to roll up and come seated in Dandasana, our staff pose. So the legs are extended, heels and toes together, palms alongside the hips, press into the palms and bring the sits bones or the hips towards the wall behind while pressing through the heels. So now you feel the entire length of your leg against the mat. And then lengthen through the spine and stay lengthened. And then take the arms up. And then hinge forward. Now your arms will fall where they fall for you. So thighs, shins, ankles. Maybe you can do yogi toe lock. Maybe your hands go over your toes. Maybe you can reach underneath your feet. It all depends on your individual flexibility. And for me, it depends on the time of day. So it's early in the morning here. So I'm just going to find that my hands are reaching to my ankles. And that's fine. And what we're going to do here is just some simple pulsing. So on the exhale, we're going to hinge forward. So we're hinging. So the spine stays straight. We bring the belly button toward the thighs, the chest and stomach toward the knees, the forehead toward the toes.
And then on the inhale, we just straighten back up. And so we're not pulling with the arms. It's not a bicep curl. So we're just hinging. So find your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Exhale and inhale. And we're just loosening up the lower back now and engaging through the hamstrings, the feet. The heels are pressing away as we find our movement here. Just a simple little movement here. We're not trying to overdo anything. We're just waking up the body. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Be in your practice in a way that is affirming to this mindful movement. Maybe you find now you've got a little more flexibility as you gently ease your way into these dynamic forward folds. And then inhale, lift. And then exhale, hinge forward. And this time, remain hinged forward. And then allow for this last little bit, allow your neck to relax, your forehead to drop toward your shins, coming into a full forward fold, seated forward fold. And just breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale, allowing the body to open. This posture is known as full west. So the full back of the body being opened here from your heels through the calves, hamstrings, and hips, up through the waist, middle back, upper back. Neck releases, crown extends toward the top of the feet, forehead falls toward the shins. Breathing in, full inhale. And complete exhale. On the inhale, reach long past your feet, slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. Exhale, release the hands. And we're going to add a twist. So bring the right knee to the ceiling, the right heel toward the right hip. And you have option here, if you have the flexibility and you keep both hips down, you can actually cross that right foot over the left thigh. But if your hip starts to come up, you want to not do that. And then we're going to take the left arm high and wrap it around the right elbow, the right knee. So we're putting the right knee in the crook of the left elbow. The right arm goes high, bicep by ear, lengthen through the spine, and then just rotate to the right, dropping the right hand behind you as the second spine. Maybe tenting the fingertips, maybe using your block. Twisting from the abdomen, and then maybe stacking the shoulders and maybe looking back over that right shoulder. Keeping the integrity of the right thigh to the chest. Just adding a gentle twist here this morning. A good morning hug for the organs in the torso. Feeling into this opening. Inhale, shine a little brighter. Exhale, maybe a little space created at the bottom of the exhale, maybe not. Maybe you're fine just right where you are. Maybe everything is just okay, just as it is. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly rotate back to center. Release the left hand and just over rotate a little bit. So maybe crook the knee with the right elbow and just slightly rotate to the left as a counter pose, releasing that. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Let the right leg go long. Come back into your staff pose. Notice the slight difference. And then bring the left knee in. And again, if you have the flexibility, you might want to cross that knee over, maybe not. If that throws your dynamics off. The right arm goes high and then comes down, and the crook of the right elbow, the left knee is set. Take the left arm high, get long, and then exhale, rotate the abdomen to the left, dropping the left hand behind you, second spine, and then gently twisting to the left. Engaging, keeping the left thigh and the chest in alignment, and working from the abdomen to twist. Without stress, strain, or exertion, just like a massage or a hug. Good morning, welcoming, waking, feeling into this.
Breathing in here, shine a little brighter. On the exhale, maybe at the bottom of the exhale, a little space is created to open a little more. Very nice. Maybe not. Maybe you're just all right where you are. Everything is good. Full inhale. On the exhale, begin to release, come back towards center, and then just over rotate a little bit to the right. Just releasing entirely. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Come back to center. Release the left leg long. Roll to your back. Bring your knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees. Rock a little side to side. Release any tension in the lower back. And then extend the legs and roll to your belly, either direction. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, thumbs right at the breast line, elbows together behind the back, and then bring the elbows toward the hips. Tops of the feet press into the mat, maybe to feel the knees engage. Bring the nose, the chin, or the forehead to the mat. Find your length here. Lengthen through the crown and through the toes. And then as you inhale, begin to lift the chest. Lift the crown. Chest and chest and jaw, stay in alignment here. Maybe you pick up your hands, or maybe just lightly support yourself on your fingertips, bringing your elbows toward the hips to find that length into your cobra pose. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhaling here. And we're going to pulse this a little bit on the exhale. Begin to lower down until you're just hovering, just the chin is just above the mat. And then inhale, come back up. And then find your rhythm, your pace, your breath. I'm going to do a few of these. Toes extending long, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. And again, your hands maybe just supporting a little bit with the fingertips, or maybe you pick up your hands as you lift. Ensuring that you're engaged through the lower back and the abdomen. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. One more here, inhale up, maybe come a little higher this time, maybe not. Exhale, lower down. Release, turn your right cheek to the mat, let your hands come back by your hips, palms up, let the heels fall open and take a moment to allow everything to settle. Again, the integration is just as important as the dynamic movement. We work together. There are two parts to everything, the generating and the releasing, the effort and then the ease. We're going to move into our half frog pose. So, actually, let's do Sphinx first. So, bring the heels together, press into the tops of the feet, rotate the chin, nose, and forehead toward the mat. Bring the hands forward. Now, this time, bring the hands out in front of the shoulders and rotate the elbows underneath the shoulders. So we're supporting ourselves with the elbows underneath the shoulders. So feel as if you're pulling your elbows toward each other. Option to bring the hands to prayer if that's more supportive, or interlace the fingers, or just keep the palms down. In alignment, and that lifting, supporting of the elbows will lift the chest. So maybe you feel that now your lower belly comes up off the mat, maybe your pubic bone, you feel your pubic bone on the mat. This is our Sphinx, supported Sphinx. Again, we're not bobbing the neck, we're just lifting through the crown, bringing the heart forward. So this is a prelude to our half frog pose. We're just feeling into this for a moment, breathing here, opening, extending through the toes, maybe pressing into the tops of the feet to feel the knees lift and engage. Maybe pressing the elbows in toward each other and down toward the thighs so that you get a little more lift
out of the abdomen, out of the chest. Bring the heart forward, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. And then exhale. Just rotate the elbows out, stack the palms, and bring the forehead to the palm. Let the heels fall open and just take your rest for a moment. Full inhale, a complete exhale. Now, as we move into the half frog pose, you have the option to just repeat your Sphinx. So bring the elbows under. If you wish to go into the half frog. So what will happen here is you'll fold the right heel toward the right buttock. And then if you like, reach back and find the top of the foot, the toes, or the ankle with your right hand. Now you'll notice that'll bring you up off the mat a little bit. Your tendency is to roll over into that left side. So resist that tendency. Try to keep the hips level. And you're just reaching back and extending the right hand to find the right foot, which will bring a little stretch along the right front of that right quadricep, the front of the right thigh. Breathing here, always breathing. Not overdoing, just being. It's like a half bow for those that are familiar with the bow pose. Full inhale here. A complete exhale. Release the foot if you're holding it. Come back into your Sphinx. And then we're going to move to the other side. So either stay here in Sphinx or fold the left heel toward the left buttock. Reach back with the left hand. Find the ankle, the foot, or the toes. And again, notice the tendency to roll to that right side. So keep the hips level. And then breathe. Lengthening. Notice the tendency to rock a little bit with the breath. See if you can just become still. Inhale here. Exhale, release the foot if you're holding it. Rotate the elbows out, stack the palms, let the forehead come to the palms, and let the heels fall open and release. A full inhale deep into the lower back. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. On the inhale, lift the head. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders, just slightly in front of the shoulders. And exhale, press the hips back toward the heels, come into your wisdom pose. So child's pose, wisdom pose here. Hips go to the heels. You have the option, the knees can go wide so the torso can drop between the thighs. Or you keep the knees together. Bringing the forehead toward the mat, maybe resting the forehead on a block. Great place for your support here. Maybe bring your block to support your forehead at whatever height is appropriate for you. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Lengthening through the fingertips, lift the arms and elbows, press the hips back toward the heels, and then breathe deep into the lower back. Feel a release in the lower back. Maybe rock your head a little gently side to side, forehead massage, temple to temple. This is your wisdom pose. Is there wisdom in this pose? Couple dynamic movements here. On the inhale, we're going to come up through table and then drop the hips into a modified plank. On the exhale, bend the elbows, lower the chest and torso till you're hovering. Inhale, press back up into a modified plank. Exhale, press back into wisdom pose. Now, option here
If you want to do the push-up version, you can inhale, just slide forward. And then press up into an upward dog on the inhale. On the exhale, press back into your wisdom pose. Your choice. So you're either inhaling forward, modified plank. Exhale, lower down, hovering. Inhale, press up. Modified plank. Exhale, press back, wisdom pose. Or option, inhale forward, slide along the mat. Come up into up dog. Exhale, press back into your wisdom pose. Your choice, your rhythm, your practice. You can even combine the two, alternating between your up dog on the inhale, wisdom pose on the exhale, and your planks. Activating in the shoulder girdle, bringing the energy up into the top of the chest. Activating the full length of the spine here. Couple more here. Let this be your last iteration, whichever way you're doing this. Find your wisdom pose. And when you find your wisdom pose, go ahead and release the hands back by the heels, palms up, relaxing the shoulders, full expression of wisdom pose. Very nice. Take a breath here, full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale, slowly roll up till you're seated on your heels. If this is not comfortable for you, place your block underneath you. Or you can take a cushion and put it between your calves and your thighs. It can be very supportive. Hands come to the thighs. Take a moment here to lengthen through the spine. Hero's pose, Virasana. And then inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Place them out in front of the knees, shoulder width apart. And then lift to your knees, curl the toes, and then begin to lift the knees and lift the hips and straighten the legs. We're coming into a forward fold, a gently modified forward fold. So the arms are forward. It's a very tight down dog or a very loose forward fold. And just find your lengthen your legs here. So we've straightened the legs here. You want to bend one knee and press back to the other heel. Or shake your hips a little bit and find your weight in your feet. And then when you're ready, as you're ready, slowly walk your hands back toward your heels, coming into the full expression of forward fold. So your head is below the heart. The neck is released. So maybe gently rock your head left to right. Say, no, Brian, there's no tension in my neck. Or maybe bring your chin toward your chest gently and then release it. Dropping the crown. Say, yes, my neck is released. Maybe grab your elbows, opposite elbow and opposite hand in front of or even behind the legs to help you to release through the crown. Forehead comes toward the shin. So now we're in this forward fold posture again, but now we're standing. We're still in an inversion though. And we're going to come up right now. So release the elbows if you're holding them. And then for support, bring the palms to the shins. Press the palms into the shins, straighten the arms, and lift the crown of the head till the torso is parallel with the mat. Flat back. Breathe into the heart. Exhale, release the forehead, release the hands. Let's do that a couple of times. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Exhale, fold, release entirely. One more, inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees slightly, feel the weight in the heels, and then slowly press through the heels as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, gathering as you go. The torso comes upright, the shoulders roll up and down, palms turn forward, fingers extend, crown lengthens. Let everything settle. Maybe you feel that settling. Allowing the blood to release. Fresh blood went to the head in that fold, now it is returning. Feel yourself rooted into the heels, balanced on your feet, standing on your own 2 feet. Find your gazing point and bring yourself forward. Check in with your heart, with your intention, with your gratitude. Feel yourself standing here on your mat at the back of your mat. Just going to move through a quick angle sequence. On the inhale, take the arms up. On the exhale, fold forward, hinge and fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, the hands come to prayer. And continue. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Your rhythm, your pace, flat back. Fold. Rise up. And release. Hands to prayer. One more. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Listen now. Hands beside the feet. And then walk the hands out. Coming into your plank. Stabilize here in plank. Inhale, press through the heels, lengthen through the crown, find your plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And a couple more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Ooh, full inhale here. Exhale, side out through the mouth, open mouth. Lion's breath. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, release the crown. On the inhale, press back with the right foot as if you're stamping the wall behind you, and then take the right leg high. On the exhale, bring the knee to the nose underneath the body. Inhale, press back up, three-legged dog. Right leg goes high. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, press up. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose and then step the foot forward between the hands. Help it if you need to. Stay here, or option to drop the left knee in the top of the left foot. Either way, you're in a supported runner's lunge. Feeling into yourself here. Begin to find the balance. Press down into the right heel. Maybe lift your fingertips. Maybe bring your hands to your knee. Maybe straighten the arms to lift the torso. Balance and focus here. Find your gazing point. Pressing through the left heel, lift the left thigh. Pressing into the right heel. Find yourself stabilized, steady, and sure. And then inhale, maybe take your arms out and up, finding your expression. Hooking the thumbs, interlacing the fingers, steeple the index finger, palms pressing. Maybe your hands are out at 30, 60, or 90 degrees. Whatever's right for you. This is your crescent. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the hands through prayer. Frame the foot, step back, press back, downward facing dog. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A full inhale. A complete exhale. On the inhale, the left leg is straight back as if you're stamping the wall, and then take it high. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose underneath the body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step the left foot forward. Help it if you need to. Make sure the ankle is underneath or in front of the knee. And then option to drop the right knee and top the right foot or stay lifted. Press back to the right heel, lift the right thigh, press down into the left heel, find your balance. Lift your arms, either come through the knee, stabilize and be steady. Find your gazing point. Breathe, take the arms up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink in, find your length. Press back to the right thigh, press back to the right heel, lift the right thigh, press down into the left heel, drop the hips as you lengthen through the fingertips. Inhale, exhale, hands down, frame the foot, step back, press back, downward facing dog. A full inhale, a complete exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down, come all the way down. Roll to your back. We're going to do our twist and then move into our guided rest. So, actually, let's do the opening, Chris. So, take the left ankle, cross it over the right, and then bring both ankles to the lower right corner of your mat. Take the arms overhead. Grasp the right wrist with the left thumb and index finger. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Grasp the left wrist with the right thumb and index finger, and then bring your arms to the upper right corner of your mat. So you're created this banana shape, this opening through the side body. Big C here, if you will. And then feel into this, press through the heels, lengthen through the fingers. Stay here, or if you like, you can lift the feet and the arms. Just opening through that left side body. Breathing in, breathing out, finding your length. If your arms and legs are lifted, lower them. Inhale, come back to center, and then switch. Release the feet, cross the right ankle over the left, and then take the ankles to the lower left corner of the mat. Take the left thumb and forefinger, circle the right wrist, and then bring your wrist to the upper left corner of your mat. And then you're creating that reverse C, or that backwards banana. And then be here, or if you like, lift the feet and the arms, extend. Breathing here, always breathing. Just opening up here, the final opening. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. So you exhale, release. If your arms and legs are lifted, come back to center. And then take a long length, press the arms over the head, interlock the thumbs, press to the fingers, press the toes away from the face. Inhale here. Exhale, let the toes come to neutral, switch the interlock of the thumb. Inhale, press through the heels, flex the toes back toward the face, lengthen through the fingers. And then as you exhale, release the toes to neutral, bring the hands down by your side. Let your toes fall open, take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on the mat. Turn the palms up at the hips, lengthen through the crown, and then imagine you can pull down on your side ribs so that your lower spine, you feel your lower spine on the mat. And then let go. You're done, be done. Take a moment if you like here to provide yourself with any additional support that you may want in this posture. Maybe you have an eye cloth. Maybe you have a blanket or a shawl. Whatever it is that you need here to support yourself in this guided rest. Just allow yourself to let go and be done. You're done. Allow yourself to release any shaping of the breath. Allow yourself to release any thoughts and analysis of the practice. Allow yourself to just be. Letting go completely. Just allowing and accepting. Surrendering into the space of stillness, the possibility of stillness. And I'll invite you in the space of stillness to bring your awareness to the crown of your head, space just outside and above the top of your head. And from that space of awareness at the crown, observe, witness, see yourself, the entirety of your being on your mat, in your place, in your environment. Witness yourself resting here. And as you witness yourself resting, I invite you once again to allow to arise for you any one thing for which you are grateful. Maybe just the possibility of gratitude. And as you rest in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. As always, I'm honored to be here, truly. And I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest for as long as you like. And when you do rise, please take the echoes of your practice and your gratitude with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.